It's round one of the Iowa 4A playoffs, back where we were a few months ago, week number 2. And as you can tell, I was a little bit smarter. I'm wearing a little bit heavier clothing. My man, Cy, a little bit tougher, I guess. We were here in week number 2. Bettendorf looked great in the first half. They had that big offensive line getting off the ball. Numkina and Colvin, the other back, the big backs behind them running the ball. But right before the half, the play that turned the game around, the corner of this end zone behind us, they hit Anthony, Mauser to Anthony, the connection that kind of spearheaded the win and spearheaded the whole season. PV won that game, rallied to win for the second year in a row in the second half against Bettendorf. Well, just kept going all season long. They're 9-0. They're ranked 4th in the state, and Bettendorf comes in now 7-2, ranked 8th, trying to get a little revenge for that game.
Right, the top 2 defenses out of the top 3 in the MAC conference are playing here, and that's why I expect kind of a low-scoring game tonight. But it's going to be a battle, that's for sure. Don't forget the Mauser to Anthony, like we just talked about. I think that's what Bettendorf's got to stop, along with forgot the name, Hansen and Kundert in the backfield, and obviously Numkina is the big gun for Bettendorf. So.
Colvin, I mentioned before, was a fine running back linebacker for him. Got hurt early in the season, and they've ran Numkina, and not a bad ticket. He started since he was a sophomore. He gets behind that big offensive line. He was second in the conference in rushing, led it with 16 touchdowns. He led the conference in scoring, and I expect to see that a lot. It's a little bit windy, and plus Merv doesn't like to throw.
Numkina was the second leading ground gainer by just missed being the top rusher in the league by just a few yards. So he's the man to look for.
Across town, over in Davenport, it's Assumption and West. The winner gets to face the winner here, and we'll find out who that is. Once again, you're watching Cox Communications, Channel 38. It's Cy Robinson along with Dan Birch. We'll bring you the kickoff. Pleasant Valley, they're ranked 4th, they're unbeaten, and they host their neighbor and their rival, Bettendorf, on Cox Communications, Channel 38. Already set for kickoff. Number 4 ranked Pleasant Valley won the toss. They deferred to the second half. Bettendorf says, give us the ball. PV will defend. There you see him in the home blue dark jerseys on the gray pants. They will kick left to right on your screen. And Bettendorf in the Pittsburgh Steelers / Iowa Hawkeye type uniforms you've seen for years. Well received. The captains took center stage. John Bloom was out there along with Nate Numkina and Jess. I'm talking to cameraman Cy. Jess Medina, our cameraman, will send out Cy Robinson doing color. Rob Colvin did go out there, but we don't expect him to play. Right. He's suited up, though, which is a nice gesture. And they won the toss. We'll give you the PV captains after this kick. It's a squibber, bounces up around the 20, inside the 15. A nice kick, fielded at the 10. Here comes Bettendorf, a little bit of a seam up the middle and down, back up around the 20 where it originally hopped.
Pretty good job of coverage down there. Sometimes that ball comes down and you have trouble fielding it. That's when you get the big gainer.
So
not this time.
1st and 10 up across their own 20. Bettendorf takes over. Once again, the Bulldogs come in 7-2. One of those losses, of course, to Pleasant Valley here on week number 2. But in the first half of that game, Cy, you and I both here.
Yep.
It was pretty much all Bettendorf in the early going.
It was 13-0, I think it was, deficit.
Numkina runs out of the eye. Seth Holmes is the quarterback. He came in that game and ended up taking over the very next game, week 3, the whole season. Numkina slips. They give it to him right over the middle off the right side for a couple of yards.
Looked like about 10 blue shirts on the tackle, but initially, see if we can get an initial shirt, usually at the bottom of the pile there. Yeah, who knows? Good defense, though.
Nick Dana runs in the play, gives it to Seth Holmes. Number 3, the junior quarterback, 5'10", 165. Up to the line comes the big Bettendorf line, and they are big. We'll give you their sizes and their names in a moment. Second and about 5 at the 25, right hash. Coming right back at you, Numkina the other way, and a great defensive effort by the Pleasant Valley Spartans. 3 guys just waxed him at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, nice tackle. Number 88, I think it was Chris Kinsler in there, and yeah, 88 was a tackler. That's Kinsler, and good defensive end play.
Actually, 88 is Creighton Duncan on PV, and he is just back from an injury, and he's expected to go both ways as often as he can.
If I look at the right program, I'll get it.
I'm with you, Si. We got you covered. They actually lose a yard. It goes all the way back to 3rd and 7. Wide right is Sam to Trent. Out of the eye from the middle of the field, right about the 25. They're going to roll right. Holmes looking, swings it out in the flat there. And right there, who else?
Good D.
Brian Schertz. Brian Schertz, number 78, the big defensive tackle. He's considered probably the best defensive lineman in the conference.
Schertz all over the field, leading PV in tackles this year. We'll have some stats on that a little later on, but going to force the punt, and good D.
As we do when we do every Pleasant Valley game, got to thank the Bernsteins for giving us those stats, of course.
You know what? Bringing Creighton Duncan back, just a little shot in the eye for him, and he hadn't played for a long time.
He hurt early in the season. John McEachran is back healthy. I talked with Ed Morrissey in his 18th year, the head coach of Pleasant Valley. That is a key. He got some of his big boys back. Here comes Pleasant Valley. Bettendorf gets off the punt. Anthony will let it bounce about the 50. Takes a nice bounce for Bettendorf. It'll rest up around the 40-yard line. They'll down it from there, and the number 4 ranked Spartans will take over. Anthony has great hands. Made a decision there, though, not to take it. Didn't take a terrible bounce. A nice little 10-yard bounce for the Bulldogs.
Well, soft as it is, it's not going to bounce too far out there. This field looks like it's in pretty good shape. We were down there on our pregame. It sure felt good along the hash over there, that's for sure.
Well, look for Pleasant Valley to come out, try to establish the fullback dive with J.R. Kundert. They'll have Hansen in motion. Both of them had good seasons. Kundert went for 671 yards, good for 7th in the conference. Here they are from the set. Mauser goes right at Kundert, right up the middle, and not much there. Bettendorf is
big Todd Zambrano just kind of snatched him out of the air, but he still wound up getting a yard or two out of it.
Now, you talked with a few of the assistant coaches, and they told us they'll move Zambrano. Now, we've seen Zambrano right there with Schertz, maybe not playing and play out, but for periods be a definite stud down there. They're going to rotate him from the outside tackle position to the nose guard, and that'll make a big difference.
Right.
He's lined up wide left this time, number 79, left side of your screen. PV on 2nd and 8. They fake. Mauser looking, swings it out to Hansen. He's got a little running room, not much. Nice defensive play running it down.
Good defensive move by number 11, Scott Shar, coming up from his corner spot, or his strong safety, I believe he is tonight.
Right. He also handles the kicking duties, remember, for Bettendorf. Nice little pickup, though, to bring up 3rd and 3. Up around near midfield, spotted about the 47 from the near side hash mark. Anthony's number 11. He's coming towards the camera here on the right side. Keep an eye on him. He led the conference in receiving, receptions, yards, touchdowns. He did it all. Mauser's the quarterback 13 out of the full house backfield. They fake the handoffs. No, they go to Fairman. It is Bill Fairman. I thought Mauser was going to pull. He pulled from fullback and looked for Anthony, but he went to Bill Fairman. That's, of course, Big Bill, and he's had some big games. If they key on Anthony, beware of Fairman. He can burn you as a receiver and a runner.
A lot of guns, I think, on that team. When Kundert and Anthony don't have it, they can give it to Fairman and Hansen, for that matter, also, and they got some good guns back there.
Fairman over 200 yards on both the ground and the air receiving. Anthony's wide right from the 45. They give the Kundert that fullback now. Keep an eye on that. Early on, He won't get much. He'll get 2, 3, establish that, and then he might kill you in the 3rd and 4th quarter.
That's a typical Ed Morrissey setup play right there, and guess who's on the top of it? Big Todd Zambrano.
I don't think, and we said keep an eye on him, 79 again. Ed Morrissey is 18th year. Merv Hobenick is 26th season. They meet every year in the MAC. They're neighbors, a friendly rivalry. Probably didn't have to do a lot of scouting.
Not too much.
In the backfield is, I believe, Schertz. They shove him in at fullback a little bit. We've seen that. Nope. Fairman again. There's a flag.
Yep. Same play we saw a minute ago, I think, Dan. They fake it up to the middle and give to the outside to Big Bill Fairman.
I'm wondering who was in that fullback. I'm trying to get an eye on that.
I don't think it was.
It was bigger than Kundert. Maybe it was. No, Kundert was in there. My apologies. I just had the wrong. Looked like he was a little bit bigger guy in a fullback. We'll give you the read. The penalty, rather, is against Pleasant Valley, so that's going to hurt. March it back. Look at all the way back. From 45 to 45.
Didn't see the flag. Little hold job. That'll cost them 10.
Yeah, 2nd and 20. Like I said, they take it from 145 to the other 45. So instead of about a 7-8 yard pickup by Fairman, you're looking at a 2nd and 20 now. But this is where they can be dangerous. Taney goes wide left to the near side. You see on the split end is Anthony 11. At the flankers, Taney. There's Mauser in the drop looking. Anthony opening the flat right in front of the Pleasant Valley bench. They're going to give him that cushion because he beat him deep in week number 2, but that could cost him. Nice pickup. It's going to be short of the first down, but a nice gain.
Was a little 15-yard, just down and out. That's all it was, just a little square out at 15, and the ball was delivered nicely, and Anthony came down both feet inbounds. Professional catch.
Very much so. We want to thank all the sponsors in tonight's telecast and all the telecast on Cox Communications Channel 38 this year, covering both the MAC Conference here. It's Iowa 4A playoffs. MAC Conference rivals, Bulldogs and Spartans. Spartans have it. We are scoreless. 7:14 to go in the first quarter. First drive for Pleasant Valley after stuffing Bettendorf. Mauser looking again. Good pass rush. Number 54, I believe that's Ryan McGivern all over him.
Never had a chance to throw it. McGivern was right in his pocket.
I'll tell you, he did a good job of taking on that protective back, that lead block, and just smothering he and the quarterback. So it brings up a punting situation. Clark handles the kicking and punting chores. Anthony is the up back, and I pointed this out every game because the former quarterback, the receiver, keep an eye on that. I don't think we'll see a fake here, though. 4th and 12. He's deep back inside his own 40, up around the 36. Ooh, a close snap.
Good
nice
field
by
job.
Clark. He gets it up. It's going to hop around the 15 and over the return man's head back in the end zone. Bettendorf will take over on the 20.
Smart ball back there by Joe Holmes, the receiver, deep to the near side. Just let the ball go over his head and into the end zone.
So once again, Bettendorf will take over 1st and 20 and look for it to have a little more success this time around. As we said, we expect him to run Numkina a lot. Number 33, one of the captains. He started since his sophomore year, 6'2", 205. Second in the conference in rushing by just a few yards to Iragucha West, and he led the conference with 16 touchdowns.
Okay, looks like we got the sophomore in the backfield, the Rick Eisenlauer, number 26.
Split backs. This is where we see Bettendorf throw. Double receiver side right, twins right, split backs. And Merv messes me up, gives me a straight dive to Numkina. Almost every time this year I've seen him in split backs, we throw him. But, hey, Mervin.
Little diversity there on the formation.
Old Habeneck just gives a straight dive out of the pro formation to the fullback, Numkina, and he puts up 6 yards.
Tom Duncan on the tackle, number 45.
2nd and 4, still from the far side. You see it in your screen. That big offensive line. Fay, 76. Ganatovich, 72. They're both 6'4", about 290, 300. Once again, quick little dive.
Numkina again, I think, on the carry off to the right side. Looked like the same play as before, and Hobbs if it works, he's going to run it again, obviously.
And 1st down, up around the 33-yard line. 1st and 10. The wide side of the field is left, the near side of your camera, of your screen, I should say.
Go, back and go!
But they stack double receivers right. A lot of running room this way. I backfield. Holmes gives it again. Numkina was in at fullback time. That time they did get, I believe it was Eisenlauer. And he got stuffed.
Creighton Duncan. And he's going to be a factor in this game. He already has been.
Well, as most people know, size 6 foot, 200 pounds, great wrestler, physical kid. And the funny thing is, he was injured, and they had some other injuries, and they still went 9-0.
No pain. I don't think he, according to talk to my good friend Ted Minnick, the AD, and the kid has no pain.
2nd and 10. Numkina at fullback, Eisenlauer, the tailback. Switch there. They're going to sweep. A little bit of an option setup. Seth Holmes does a nice job of making about 3 people miss. The problem was 3 other blue jerseys were right behind.
Yeah, and I thought he should have probably pitched that ball, and he might have got a couple of yards out of it. Eisenlauer was on the outside, the pitch man, but he decided to keep it and got smoked.
As you see so often when they do go to that, option play, if you don't run the option consistently, you get trouble with pitch relationship. Back's a little too tight. Quarterback not real sure of himself, but Holmes did a good job. I said he made the first flight of guys missed, picked up 3 yards. 3rd and 7 from the near side. There's that big Bulldog line. Look at Fay on the right side, right tackle, headed to Northwestern. Out of the eye again, they'll roll right. Holmes looking downfield. The rush is on. Good job of scrambling, but who's he run into?
Brian Schertz. Yep. Schertz all over him. Schertz at about 280. just moves so well for a big man.
That's
I'm
what
impressed.
all the coaches say inside the conference, be it even his own coach Morrissey. I could talk to Hobonick, Kazmarek, Flynn. They all tell me quick feet, great feet.
Got a block shirts. Pretty good pass protection. Holmes stepped up and had shirts after him, though.
4th and 9, they'll punt it away from their own 35 back inside his own 25 as Seth Holmes, remember, he's a quarterback. A bad snap. Holmes fields it nicely.
Ooh.
Gets it off on a line drive kick. Anthony fielded at his 40. A little running room in front of him. 10, 15.
Look out.
On the left sidelines. He's got 2 people to beat and he can't do it. What a nice move, though. He caught it on the fly and just ran by people before they knew the ball was there.
Anthony looked like a good running back there. Good thing Seth Holmes, made the tackle over there.
Yeah. Doing it all.
Yeah.
Free safety on that play.
Well, Holmes did a great job fielding the ball. There was one hopper back there and almost went over his head, but he was just snagged it and got the ball off.
Let's keep an eye on that. Both centers apparently nervous because both punts have been mysteries on the snap.
Yes.
From the left hash, 1st and 10. They give it to the second back through. It's Hansen looking for room. Nothing there.
Not much there.
I see Zambrano on the middle of the pile. I see John Bloom, one of their captains,
the
defensive
corner.
back, coming up as well for run support.
A lot of white shirts there. I got a yard and a half, tough yard and a half, though.
Talking about Bettendorf's size, I'll give it to you. Gennadovich goes 290. Fay is 280. Zambrano 270. Heck, they got Chad Burke 265, 270. John Anderson. That's just some of the guys filling in.
Yeah,
too.
don't forget Smith at 2 1/4. He's a lightweight.
In the middle. Rotating with Zambrano. 2nd and 9. No motion, straight drop is Mauser. Looking downfield. Had a man with a break on the ball. He threw it at Hansen in the flat. He had Taney running the deep route clearing. And just, I don't know if he overled him. It was just right there. It came up empty.
It looked like the ball should have been caught, but might have looked away for just a second. It looked like it went right through his hands. Anyhow.
Well, I'm sure Hansen's back in huddle saying, no. They threw it behind me too high. Just kidding. Heck of a season for Kevin Hansen as well. 527 yards on the year. And he's got a tough play, too. You know, anytime he tries to take that off-tackle play outside, Morris, he'll kill him.
You bet.
So he's getting tough yardage inside along with J.R. Kundert.
That's a cute little formation here to the right.
Straight drop, doubles, right. And a cute little rush by the Bettendorf Bulldogs.
Cute little tackle by Fay, smothered him.
Fayer's going to come in. They told us both ways again.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, Si, for now you've called it correctly as we are scoreless in the first quarter with 2 minutes left. You said two of the top defenses in the conference, West is the other one up there. You expected a low-scoring affair. And I'll tell you what, both big guys, they're both big up front. Both teams quick and big up front.
They're sure showing it right, and they're showing their defensive prowess, both of them right now.
4th and 15. Prowess. Ooh.
You
got out the dictionary this week.
Yes, I did.
Clark's kick headed out of bounds up around the 10-yard line.
Good kick.
And where are they going to field it? Where are they going to say it went out, Si?
Right at the 11.
Okay, I said right about the 10.
Right on the,
Looking over about 4 cameras up here, and you're a little bit taller than me, so give me the call.
I got it.
Here come the Bulldogs again. Neither team lighting it up offensively.
Well, the flag's blowing straight out. We got a pretty good wind coming left to right here from where we stand. Right in Bettendorf's nose.
We got out here early for once. I got out here early for a game.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
Jess, our cameraman, and I were talking. It looked like Field of Dreams coming down that road. All the lights on, the cars coming in. 1st and 10. Bettendorf with it from the left hash. Out of the eye again. They give straight away. Numkina.
I'll tell you what, I think that was Tom Duncan again on the initial hit.
They're switching Numkina up, going with him fullback, eye back, trying to give him as many carries, and you can't blame him. He's the horse. You want to go to him.
The bread and butter man, I guess.
Only about a yard that time, but we've seen him get stronger as games go on as well.
Gavin Inc., 67, is Jim Miller defensively. Sure, 78.
Wide receiver to the right side is Daner. Out of the eye again. This time they go to the fullback straight up, and it's Numkina at fullback. They're putting Jason Sage in at tailback as well.
Yeah, Sage just talked with Ron Egger a while ago. He said Sage would play some running back for him tonight. So
good player for him. We've seen him before. At defensive side of the ball, usually it's
most of the time, most of the time a defensive end for him.
Now Sage runs out. Eisenlauer, the sophomore, comes in. DeTrent also goes out, and Franks comes in at the receiver spot. The huddle breaks out. Tim Barron's coming out there as well. One of the guards. So Eisenlauer's at the tail. Numkina at fullback on 3rd and 3. Holmes with the snap. Numkina right side. Runs into a wall.
Great hit. Looks like number 21. No, that's
24.
Fairman. Bill R. Big Bill R. Should have known.
20 seconds left in the quarter. A timeout is taken on 4th and about 2.
Yeah, smart call.
But the Bettendorf coach turns to me, Si, as if I'm dumb as a box of rock. My man Robinson, my man, the coach here, the color guy, just said it's blowing left to right. I can comprehend. I can put 2 and 2 together.
Just a little reinforcement. You don't have to get all bent out of shape. The man was just trying to help.
This was also the guy. This was the guy who told us. I know that. I guess the last game we were here was the West game when they said Ira Gooch wasn't going to play. Second play in. I go handoff to Gooch. After we spent the whole pregame saying he wouldn't play.
You gotta love it.
Waiting to punt in the way. They'll be buried back deep inside about their own 10. 4th and 2 is a situation, and that's exactly where he lines up. Look at he's close. Seth Holmes close to his 5. And remember, the snap last time was not picture perfect. Anthony lines up back at his 45, at the 45 to return. Holmes, better snap this time. It's off. Taney and company.
That's going to be an automatic first down.
I'll tell you what, Taney and Voss came hard, and I don't know which one ran into them, but one of them did.
I think both of them did.
So bring it back. Pleasant Valley gambles, and that time it's going to be the advantage Bettendorf.
Yep, and Coach Ed Morrissey is not going to like that one.
Point something out here, Si. Morrissey's had great success out here, making their 9th appearance in the playoffs. They won a state title back in '85 for 3A. They have a 9-7 playoff record. Even like Assumption in the MAC since Kazmarek's been there, they're making like their 10th appearance. They win about half, lose about half. But nothing like the Bulldogs, my friend. 13th appearance, 10 of the last 11 years, 5 state titles. They're 28-7 in the playoffs. And Kazmarek would attest to this and tell Morrissey that. Just because you beat the Bulldogs in the regular season doesn't mean you're going to get them back in the rematch in the playoffs.
That's right.
So, 1st and 10.
A handful of big trophies. That's impressive.
You can't help them. How about that 28-7 record? A little option. Eisenlauer, nothing doing. Look at that.
Not a pretty option, though, Dan. I'll tell you what.
5 Spartans, I should say, out there.
Holmes pitched the ball, I thought, way too early. There wasn't anybody that challenged him. He might as well have tucked it and ran.
So they lose a couple yards. That's the end of the first quarter. We are scoreless at Pleasant Valley. It's 0-0. The Bulldogs and Spartans doing it on defense, not on offense. We'll be back after this break on Cox Communications, Channel 38.
Well, that was quick. All right.
Second quarter set to start. We are scoreless here at Pleasant Valley. The number 4 Spartans on defense in the dark colors on your right. And in the huddle there, you see the Bettendorf Bulldogs. They're ranked 8th, 7-2. One of those losses right here at Pleasant Valley. 2nd and 13 from their own 33. Neither team generating a lot of O. PV trying to go to the air more than Bettendorf. Naturally, Bettendorf trying a few option plays. 2 receivers to the left side. Seth Holmes will pitch. Eisenlauer with some good lead blocking, but then he runs into a wall. They got a good drive, but PV kind of stood him up, and Eisenlauer just ran into the pile.
Yep, pursuit was there, and Schurz gets up. Bill Fairman, looks like Hanson, number 22. All 3 of them were there.
Bill Fairman doing a nice job defensively. We're used to calling his name on running the ball a little bit, catching it, but he's really having a nice early game here anyway for defensively. 11:31 counting down once again, early second quarter. Bettendorf breaks out. Daner goes wide right. Franks comes wide. Daner's wide left. Franks wide right out of the eye again. 3rd and 8. Looking left, swing man is Eisenlauer, thrown out in the flat, caught! First down, Franks, or Daner, I keep getting mixed up. Daner on the reception up around midfield.
Wide open out there on just a little down and out pattern that we saw it a while ago from Pleasant Valley, from Anthony, but now Bettendorf matches them. I didn't see who made the tackle there. I believe it was Taney, number 31, maybe not.
We'll give it to him.
Sounds good.
1st and 10, just shy of midfield, up around the 49 on the far side, left hash. There you see Pat Franks, number 2 wide right. Daner was on the catch. Nick Daner, number 1. Let's get those right. Out of the eye. which you'll say a lot tonight. Just a fullback dive. Numkina, 2 or 3 yard pickup. You saw the ball come loose, but he had already hit the ground on the down.
Yeah, that was down hours before he fumbled that ball. Numkina, just another, that's a setup play by the Bettendorf coaches. John Lavelle, Randy Scott, Tom Freeman, Greg Meyer, all working over there.
We have an update from Brady Street Stadium as well. Of course, you'll be watching this game on a Thursday on Cox Cable. The games for Wednesday, they are scoreless there as well. And that's no surprise with West defense. I'll tell you, that'll be a quick game. You won't see a lot of balls in the air on that one.
That's true. Plus, it could be a wet game over there on that field.
Well, it's
nice D. Bill Fairman, I think.
Taney again, 31. Yep. Anthony taking the pitch back. If you notice, Chris Anthony came up and took Eisenlauer the pitch back, the sophomore. And now, once again, Bettendorf doesn't run option consistently, so they're going to struggle with it a bit. One thing about it, it rained a little bit earlier today, of course, this being taped on a Wednesday. But Brady Street Stadium is always going to be a little sloppy.
Well, that's true.
This time of year,
it can be dry sloppy or wet sloppy.
This time of year, it's always going to be tore up. We have a timeout. It is 3rd and 5, ball up past midfield around the 46 of PV. Start the clock. 9:48 and counting down. Second quarter action. We are scoreless. Franks wide to the left to Trent now. Comes wide right. Numkina's at fullback. Seth Holmes gets the line down, gets ready. Look for a long count. The snap. There it is, Numkina. Pulling close, but he runs into Shirts. Great effort. You saw him lunge forward for an extra yard, but he was about 2 short of the first down when he made that effort. Still looks like he's going to be about a yard short.
Yep, it's going to be close. Ball on the 42. Looks like the punt team's coming out.
Yeah, great effort by Nate. Now what happens, they're punting into the wind. Or excuse me, they're punting with the wind, so he can get a good punt here and pin PV back.
Yeah, he's probably going to have to punt this to the corner because he can rip it pretty good.
Seth Holmes just inside his own 45. He's going to take a timeout now.
They must be short a man out there or something. But
all right, we'll count them. 3, I got 5,
nobody's
7,
coming
9.
in.
No, they got 11 guys.
They must be thirsty, I guess.
Seth Holmes, well, he's the quarterback. He's the leader out there, and even when he's punting, he's still the quarterback in charge. He takes the timeout. There you see the PV players coming off to the side right in front of their bench on the bottom right of your screen, talking with the coaching staff. Good coaching staff. We mentioned that Ed Morrissey's in his 18th year, and he gets a lot of help. Joe Ambrose, that's a big name around here. As you know, his brother.
Many Ambroses.
Now, Phil was the one who coached up in Clinton for years, and Joe's been a great assistant out here. Mike Duncan, our good friend, Smiling Mike Strobe. They've got a good staff down there on the sophomore level. We don't even have to talk about that one. They've won like 330 games. It seems like they haven't lost in the 90s or something like that.
Right.
And of course, across the way, Merv Hobenick's staff, every bit of, all those 5 state titles, Lavelle, Freeman, Scott, Meyer, you can count them all, have done an excellent job.
Almost all of them have been there for that whole reign of
and
state
I'll tell you what, you get Lavelle and Freeman alone, they'll tell you they probably had more to do with it. Just teasing the staff. No rush by PV, they learned from the last one. And punted nicely in the end zone. 1st and 20. Holmes is a little upset at himself.
I hope they didn't take a timeout to do that.
I'll tell you what's funny is PV had the punter penalty, roughing the kicker on the last one. That time, nobody did.
No, that's right. Well, I imagine Coach Morrissey said, now, fellas, don't do that anymore. I just kind of calm about it. And I doubt that also. All right, here we go.
So you know the coaches, being a coach at Western North for years now, Freeman still calls the offensive shot, and Randy Scott kind of handles the defense.
Right. Randy, he may be an offensive line coach, but I'm not sure. We'll clear it up.
Mauser under center. Big full house backfield. They go to the third back. It's Hanson. He's got a lot of running room. Nice tackle to save that from. It was already a 15-yard pickup. Could have been a lot more.
John Bloom saved the day out there. Shoestring tackle. If he doesn't make that, they're gone.
Now that's that little just full house backfield. They'll fake the fullback dive, pull, bring the wing back in motion. That's the money yards I'm talking Hanson's gotten all season.
The defenders really have to stay at home to protect that.
Same formation. The only receiver is Anthony. This time they go fullback dive. Condor, he fumbled. I thought he fumbled. He bounced it outside. He bounced it outside. It looked like he fumbled. He just bounced it outside, but it's a 5-yard pickup.
Right.
So you got
No
Hansen
matter
off
what.
tackle for 15, Cundert for 5. You're going to slowly put you to sleep, and there's that single receiver set on the outside, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
It's Anthony.
Anthony's going to put, I think, looks like Kinsler's playing a little one-on-one out there with Anthony. Kinsler's 6'2", so he's got the good height.
That's a good matchup. Last time Anthony beat him deep. Here they go again. Second back through. Hansen again. Lead back is Fairman. Bill
Good
Fairman
play.
did a great job on that lead block.
Yes, he
Shoving
did.
Bloom back. First down. 5 yards for Cundert, 5 yards for Hansen.
And I know it's hard to believe the PV fans are doing a little booing, but
the spot.
they thought they got a bad spot out there.
Well, it's close to first down. Either way, it's going to be third and about an inch or a foot. Maybe.
That's not going to be a first down. You heard it right here.
All right, well, I said it's
All
going to
right.
be third about a foot. Usually you'll see Pleasant Valley as we await to see what the decision is. First down. As usual, Cy makes the wrong call.
Obviously, the chalk line's crooked. All right.
We've seen Pleasant Valley all year long. Cundert at the fullback. Hansen would be at the wingback, the halfback, just right or left. And then at the wing position, has been Taney and Fairman.
Right.
They've been right off the tight end position coming in motion. Now all of a sudden they go to this full house backfield. You
Gives
see
you
the
a little
two
something to-
halfbacks. And at fullback is Cundert. The two halfbacks are Fairman and Hansen. They give the Cundert again. He gets about 3 or 4 on that
A couple of
first down.
tough yards. That's another setup play.
Taney
Looks
goes
like,
out.
who was that? 67 for Bettendorf, I believe. Maybe Chad Burke on the tackle initially. And
Another big one for him. He's lined up here on the right side, 6'3", 265. They got some big uns.
Biggins, yeah. Another two-way player.
Center comes out for Pleasant Valley. Anthony's wide right out there alone. 7 minutes remaining. We're scoreless. Mauser will pull. Throw to Anthony.
There he's wide. Oh,
And it's-
oh my
Was it
goodness.
picked off?
Did he catch that ball?
Holy cow.
I'll tell
I
you
thought
what.
it was picked off. He went up with one hand. And I'll tell you what, too, Si, that's why he's the #1 receiver. Receptions, yards, touchdowns, and take nothing away from Mauser, the junior quarterback. How the hell did he catch that?
I know.
Excuse my
I'll tell you.
French.
He just.
I thought it was picked off. I thought he overthrew it.
Well, yeah, I did too, but he was so wide open early, I thought Mauser threw the ball late, but great catch.
1st and 10 momentum, and that's the direction they were heading. There's Hansen.
Hansen.
Driving for yardage, still on his feet.
He's
still
rolling.
on his feet. Pumping away, 15-yard pickup, and that's all effort.
That's
And
right.
that's what Anthony does to that team.
That's right.
Anthony makes a heck of a grab. I changed it, Jess, so tell the sponsors from Hell to Heck. Makes a heck of a grab. And all of a sudden, Hansen's got more energy. He's
Yep.
pumping his legs. He's picking up first down.
Yeah, all of a sudden, the breaths aren't so hard to come by. The breathing, I should say. The legs get stronger, and you get that I'm going to kick your butt attitude, and that's what happens.
1st and 10 at the 16 on the far side. Now they go to the staggered backfield. Real tight formation. Giving it off to Cundert, looking for running room, loses his footing.
Well, he didn't have much room over there anyhow because Scott Shara was right there coming up from a strong safety position, but he did slip and fall.
What a scary flashback. They were heading right to left into the same end zone we told you in the pregame when he lobbed one up in the end zone right before the half to turn the tide. Now, he didn't make it to the end zone, but it definitely turned the tide here.
Yes, indeed.
With 6 minutes, actually less than 6 minutes now, 5:45 and counting down in the first half. We are still scoreless. Full backfield again. Bettendorf looks like they jumped. Now PV looks like they
Yep,
jump.
it's going to be a free 5 yards, I think. Pleasant Valley line very disciplined, sat there. Bettendorf moving around a little bit. And they're going to get the call.
Big, because you just had Cundert slip, and that was the first bad play they've had in about 7 plays. So all of a sudden, instead of getting them pinned back a little bit at 2nd down and 9, now it's 2nd and 4.
Right.
So that definitely hurts Bettendorf as they try to keep him out of the end zone. In the red zone, they call it. It's 2nd and 4 up around the 9. They can get 1st and goal inside the 5, too. That's dangerous. There it is, second back through. And is that Hansen again? Yes, it is, off
Yes,
the left
yep.
side.
Yeah, 2 people through, and Hansen brought down by number 39, Eric Jessen, from a defensive end position, but not until he gained a couple yards out of it.
Well, it's third, 3 maybe, up around the 8. It's a good 3 yards anyway. We're under 5 minutes. We are scoreless. Anthony breaks out of the huddle, goes to the left. Full backfield, Taney at the left half, Hansen at the right, Kundert at fullback. Mauser under center, trying to draw off sides again. They give the Taney up along the right side. He went right by Zambrano, and I think he got it.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Shirts put a great block on the man across from him. That just clears everything out, gives you that opening for that dive play.
So as I said, they can get inside the 5, first and goal, and that's where they have it. You'll see it just inside the 5. PV lined up in their offensive huddle. There's the number 4 ranked Spartans, unbeaten, 9-0. Out of the huddle.
First and goal from the 4. 4-21.
I know Anthony's a great receiver, but I expect to keep it on the ground here. They do. Blasting away is Fairman. He gets up around the goal line. Bettendorf saying there's a fumble. I think there was. We'll see what the call is.
Clock shut off. Bettendorf's pretty happy out there.
Well, the referees are waiting.
Yes, indeed.
And you can tell, holy cow, what a big play.
Yeah, Big Todd Zambrano, number 76, come up with a, I think it was
Fay is 76.
my fault. That's Fay. Well, there was a big pile to the right side.
Zambrano, Fay, and when those two are in the game, there's always a big pile.
They look like twins in football uniforms anyway.
They are
like big
bookends.
trees.
They're each, what, 6'4", 290, roughly up around there. Fay, they go 6'5", 280. Zambrano, 6'4", 270. And it's hard to tell that inch 10 pounds from up here, I'll guarantee you that. And they're both great football players, too, not just big.
No doubt about it.
Well, what a stand by Bettendorf. What a break.
Pleasant Valley now with 2 big mistakes.
The black punt.
Right.
So, not a great situation, ideally, for Bettendorf. They're out of their own end zone. 1st and 10. Here's the snap. Seth Holmes is just going to try to quarterback sneak it.
I'll tell you what, Fairman
stood up 67.
Fairman put a
Chad Burke. He stood up the big offensive guard and shoved him back into the pile. That's the way LA to do it on like a goal line situation. Granted, they're on the goal line going the wrong way, the other way, but still that's the type of mindset you got to have back there to pin him back.
I'll bet Burke stays a little lower from now on.
That's the old offensive line coach and you coming out, my friend.
I'd never get that high, I'll tell you what.
2nd and 8. He gets a couple yards out of it up around their own 5. Out of their own end zone, though. Holmes just gives a little fullback dive. And a fumble the other way. Holy cow.
Well, I don't know who came up with that. That's Gavin Ink. Excuse me. Gavin Ink coming out of the middle of the pile, but I never saw who recovered the ball, Dan.
That's Gavin celebrating, so he's always in the thick of things anyway. Boy, what a wild minute and a half we had there, Si.
I'll tell you what.
PV looks like they're going in for the first score of the game. Fairman fumbles up around the 2, and Bettendorf on a few short dives fumbles it back. 1st and goal from the 5 again. We were here just moments ago. Looks like they go to Taney that time.
Just a left side, kind of a student body to the left side out of that wishbone.
Fairman and Taney rotate in. No, that wasn't Taney. I'm sorry, that was Kundert, 32, as Taney runs in for Fairman. That's okay, I thought it was Taney too.
Boy, the surge off the ball of Pleasant Valley here, it's impressive. That's impressive.
Only about a yard away from the end zone. You couldn't even see a quarterback sneak here. 2nd and goal, we're under 3 minutes. There it is,
no
the QB
doubt
sneak.
about it. Yep.
Well, I had a feeling old Morrissey was going to risk a little handoff exchange. And why do it? Mauser goes in, and you talked about it. The reason he can make that call, Si, is the surge of that offensive line.
That tremendous surge by that offensive line off the ball. And we're gonna mention those people to you here in just a minute.
Well, go ahead. We can give you now.
Gavin Ink, Matt Miller, Rulison, Adam Abel, Kaburski.
McEachran will come back in there occasionally from injury.
Yep, Shirts is in there also.
So, in the kick is Clark. It's 6-0 with 2:52 remaining in the first half.
Oh, that's
and it's blocked. Great effort. Is it Kinsler, 88, sold out?
I believe it was.
He just sold out from his left defensive end position, the right side of your screen, and that's about as perfect as you can get it.
Right. Kundert was blocking over on the right back side over there, and Kinsler just went around him and lunged out and made the block. So that could be important down the line,
huge.
Too. You bet.
That could be huge. Mauser with the 1-yard quarterback sneak makes the score 6-0. But the PAT blocked by number 88, Kinsler. And that could prove to be a big play later on. 2:52. Well, one thing not going well for Pleasant Valley is their kicking games. Defending it, they block the punt, get the roughing call, and now they get the PAT block. Clark will kick it off right to left, try to redeem himself, although it's not his fault it got blocked, of course. And back deep will be DeTrent. It looks like DeTrent all alone, basically. Kinsler's back there as well as an up back.
Sage over on the far side over there.
Oh, I won't see it. A deep kick. They kind of been doing the squib kicks when we've seen PV.
I think the way the wind's blowing here, it's going to be tough to kick it deep.
2:52. 6-0 Pleasant Valley. And it's going to be Kinsler. This time he catches it up around the 15. Looks up to the side. He's got an opening. He's at the 40. On his feet. 45 up midfield. Breaks that tackle from Clark, the safety valve, but Clark hangs on. Well, I should say he ran through the arm tackle, but Clark let him have that and grabbed the jersey.
Clark got the handle on the jersey and made the tackle, but I'll tell you, there's a gaping hole over there.
Chris Kinsler, how's that? Blocked the PAT and then returned that one about 35 yards up past midfield. So they're past midfield. It's spotted on the 48 of Pleasant Valley. 2:40 remains. They have the wind behind them. The wind is with them.
See if they put it up a little bit here to mix it up a bit.
Wide receiver to the right side. Nope, they just go back. Fullback dive, tailback. It's Nukina.
Just an isolation play. Fullback. Let's see, is it Eisenhower in now?
No, it was Numkina out of the eye, and I believe
he was the tailback though there.
Yeah, but I think we had Blumen at the fullback. We'll spot it for you as Bettendorf comes up to the line. A 3-yard pickup, 2nd and 7, up around the 45. They come out of the huddle. Holmes breaks it, and Kinsler's getting a play. He can't do it all. Numkina's at the tailback, and I think it is Bloom. I'll give it to you for sure. Yep, he's in at the full. Looking downfield, Holmes, open man, Kinsler, diving. Ooh. I'll tell you, he dove to block the PAT, but just about an inch short on his dive there.
And that was a great effort by Kinsler back there. Anthony defending back there. Looks like number 42, Luke Voss, also back there. But he had a step and a half on him.
He broke the seam, the coverage seam, and I'll tell you, Holmes put it where he had to. Wasn't going to let him pick it off, threw it towards the end zone. 1:54, we're under 2 minutes.
Kinsler looks every bit of 6'2". He doesn't.
I like that matchup on Anthony,
yes,
too.
that's
because Kinsler obviously athletic, and plus he sells out, as we told you. As you can see, I don't have to tell you anything. 3rd and 7. Going back to the air again is Holmes. Open is DeTrent. There's a flag. DeTrent's still on his feet down the right sidelines and up inside the 20.
About down at about the 16.
Now, do you think Sam DeTrent maybe pushed off or something because he was so wide open? A flag came out of nowhere.
I kind of in the back row here, couldn't see that.
The refs meet.
Pleasant Valley's happy about it.
Yeah, I'm assuming he did a Michael Irvin and pushed off and came back to the ball.
Yeah.
And anybody who watches NFL knows what I'm talking about. A lot of the good NFL receivers get away with it. Oh, I'm sorry. Ineligible receiver downfield. Now, who that would be, we don't know. Because DeTrent obviously lines up as eligible.
That would be extra hard to pick up from the angle we got here.
Well, with those big guys up front, they get their momentum. They probably can't stop. Well, that hurts. 2 plays by Bettendorf now. If you can point out plays, obviously the fumble when they got it back on goal line.
Right.
And that one hurts their drive here. They are down 6-0. Keep it in the back of your mind as we give you the game. That blocked PAT. Holmes will take a timeout.
Well, Bettendorf is sure getting some receivers open, that's for sure. I believe so, yeah.
We're getting a ruling here. We're wondering if it's a loss of down for a legal man down receiving. I heard several people in the booth say it, and they're talking about it with Cy. Of course, he doesn't know, Jess. So with a minute 45 to go in the half, it's 6-0. Pleasant Valley leads. Bettendorf has the ball. It's 3rd and 12 as we speak. We'll see if they change that. Because it was 3rd down, of course, when he went to pass the ball. Schertz, Taney, Fairman, Anka, Voss, the defense, Anthony, Hansen, running in for Pleasant Valley. There you see him.
I thought that was, now obviously it's not loss of down.
Well, 50 yards to the end zone. It's 3rd and 12. Most important matters there, get that first down. They're going to have to go all the way inside the 40, though. It's right at midfield. Daner is wide right, number 1. Down on your screen, you don't see him. 2 receivers to the left side. Keep an eye on that. Holmes out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. Numkina in the flat. Behind him, he catches it one hand and runs into Anthony. Nice catch
right
by
there.
Numkina.
Yeah, Anthony, they're going to give him the short one here, Dan. Anthony's right there to make the tackle. No big deal. Just hang on to it here.
You know, if I'm Holmes, I'll take that because you know he can run over some people. It's 4th. They're not going to. It looks like they're going to punt, Cy, on 4th and 4 from the 43. As a whole unit runs in.
Yeah, they must want to get. They must want to get the half over, get in and
6-0.
yeah,
like
get a little regroup and done.
And that kick can always come into play.
Right.
Remember, PV won the toss and deferred, and Bettendorf started off with a fake. Little option. And that's Numkina. He's short. Or did he get it, Cy?
Well, it's going to be real close. Depends on the spot.
Numkina was lined up. Talk about a total bluff. That was Numkina was lined up to punt.
Well, you know something was suspicious because the punt man was only back about 8 yards. You noticed that right out of the block.
It was
Wait
John
a minute.
Bloom. They didn't even line up. But you know what? It looks like it may have worked. Like I said, just like the flat pass, though, you get it to Numkina. Even if it's 7 yards for the first down, if he catches that 5, with his size and running ability, he's always got a chance to get it.
He's really got a nose to know how far to go to get that first down too. I think this is going to be real close.
Well, you see Bettendorf jumping up and down, or actually you don't see him, I see him. But Bettendorf, you knew they had it. You saw PV was just kind of stoic in their response on the sidelines.
Stoic?
So keep it going. I read my.
Okay. Both been in the road jets tonight.
Looking up in the thesaurus. 6-0. Pleasant Valley leads, but Bettendorf has the ball. We're under a minute. 54 seconds to go and a half. 1st and 10. Up inside the 40 at the 39. Out of the shotgun is Holmes again. Numkina next to him. 2 receivers to the left side. That's where he's looking
look
at
post
pattern.
Wide open.
Detrent right open on the post pattern. He's going to be short of the end zone, but not much at the 1-yard line.
Great pass protection, Dan. He had all day to throw the ball, and Detrent was wide open on the post pattern, as you said. And,
I'll tell you what, too, and now I'm not going to dog Holmes. He put it right there, but he did overlead him like the last time Kinsler, but he hits him in stride. He's in the end zone, but a great situation nonetheless. 1st and goal from the 2, 45 seconds with Numkina in your backfield. Pound it on a couple.
Who's going to get it? Well, I don't know how many timeouts they got left, but
Numkina at fullback. That's where they go. Oh, he doesn't get it. I'm sorry.
Oh.
He got it.
Second
Eventually, once again, that great effort. There's actually Sage in a tail. Did they give it to him?
Yep, they got it.
Well, early on, we saw that same type of play where it looks like he was stopped and he lunges forward.
Yep. Duncan and Voss were both right there, but Numkina just kind of powered his way over out there after initial hit into the line, kind of spun to the outside, and he made it.
Number 33, Numkina breaking the line up there. He and Sage will go up and line on the outside. The holder is Detrent, the kicker Shara. The kick.
Fumbled it.
Bobbled it. And you know what, Cy? It's going to be 6-6, so it's a wash.
It's a brand new ball game.
26-second remain now, and this has gone wild already.
Right. Well, the snap was just a little bit inside, and Detrent didn't handle it smoothly and never got the ball down, and Shar never got to, I don't even think he got to swing his leg at it, and PV was all over him. We got us a new ball game.
2:52 to go in the half. Mauser snuck over from a yard out, made it 6-0. The PAT was blocked by Kinsler, I should say. And then Numkina answers with just 26 seconds left in the half from 2 yards out after a great post pattern from Holmes to Detrent. Got him down on the 2. And their PAT was a bad snap, I guess you could call it, or a bad hold.
Yeah,
anyway,
well, it was
bobbled, snap, whatever.
Questionable.
Yeah. Let's put it this way, they didn't even get the kickoff.
That's right.
What I said. 26 seconds left in a half. We are tied, 6-6. It's what they thought it would be, the rematch. Number 8 and number 4, the two friendly rivals, getting not so friendly as the game goes on, of course.
And we'll get less friendlier, I'm sure.
Shara now to kick it. I'm sure he won't kick it deep. He'll probably just put it up in the mud somewhere around the middle of the field at second tier. Nope, he nails it deep with the wind behind him. Fielded right in front of his own end zone. Anthony up around the 15, 20, looking for a gap. Tackle up around the 23.
All right, tackled by, I don't know.
All we know is it's 1st and 10 with 20 seconds exactly remaining. Do you go in, tie at 6-6, or do you let Morrissey shoot it, or does Morrissey let Mauser shoot to the end zone side?
You bet. I'd go in right now. It's a little deep in their territory. If they would happen to
Well, if he gets
make a little
sacked and
mistake
fumbled,
here,
sure.
Shark
We'll see
can
what
kick
they
it
do.
out of the park with this win.
Two receivers to the right side. We have a lone setback. He's Kundert. And they give it to JR off the right side. 17 seconds counting down. That could be the final play. We'll see what they do. 10 seconds. I think that's exactly what they're going to do. Back from the line. Who knows?
They're going to try to get another running play off. Or maybe a...
3 seconds. Now that'll do it.
Yep.
Well, and that'll do it for us for the first half. And what a half. 6-6. We're all tied up. Keep it tuned to Cox Communications Channel 38 because it's only going to get better and more intriguing on Cox 38. PV and Bettendorf all tied up 6-6. Well, it doesn't get any closer than the scoreboard says unless you look at the stats. It is 6-6 here at the half. Number 4, Pleasant Valley, and Bettendorf, number 8. All tied up. Dan Bird, Cy Robinson, Jess is always on camera. And the stats equally as close. First downs, 5 for Bettendorf, 5 for PV. Passing yardage, believe it or not, Bettendorf on top on that one. 54-41 rushing yards, 52-49 for PV. And it's 103-93 total offense. Hey, they each lost a fumble. They fumbled once. They each lost it. They each had a PAT nullified. I guess one was blocked. One was just a bobbled snap. It really is about as close as you can get.
It really is. And Bettendorf has done what they need to do, and that's shut Mauser to Anthony down, I think. Anthony has, I think he's got one reception for 23 yards. Yeah.
Great catch on that one.
And
they have Anthony listed. Remember, he ran the flat route out here.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
2 catches, 36 yards. Balanced rushing attack as usual for Pleasant Valley. Kundert 7 carries for 20 yards, though not real successful on a fullback dive. Hanson a little more off tackle success at 5 for 34. And no surprise, Namkina, Nate, the big tailback / fullback, doing it all in this thing. 12 carries, 42 yards, including the touchdown. There we see the centers come back out. It's Anthony Shirts and Ink, I believe, coming out for Pleasant Valley. Gavin Ink. And coming out for Colvin's out there, 37. We should point that out. He was the injured running back, linebacker, having a heck of a season again.
Really?
And just got banged up. Bloom and the boys out there as well. You'll see Pleasant Valley will receive, and Bettendorf will take the win naturally to start the third quarter. Remember, PV won the opening toss.
And deferred, right.
There's Anthony getting limber, says he needs more than 2 catches to get it going. Number 11 leads the conference in receiving. That means receptions, yards, and touchdowns. PV in their huddle. A few of the other players you see in there. Number 75, number 45. 45 is Tom Duncan. 75, Mike Sherman. Number 60 on the outside is Nick Abel. They'll make up the kickoff return team. Bettendorf's already out there, teeing it up will be Shara. Got a nice leg with the wind behind him. He should put it back in the end zone.
I would expect that. Hey, Anthony's going to line up on about the 1/2 yard line, looks like.
Let's watch Cy. When we saw him earlier in the season, PV won the second half. They really wore him down, not only wore him down offensively, where Kundert and Hanson and Taney and all their running coalition, if you will, Fairman started breaking tackles, but they held Bettendorf to 29 yards in the second half. See if that happens this time around.
I'll tell you, something different about this Bettendorf team that you usually don't see from a Bettendorf team is they're normally almost fully two-platoon football team. They got a lot of guys going both ways in the line. You bet.
And still a lot of
bet.
guys on the sidelines, so as you'll see them pan, just pan on the kickoff. They still got a lot of people, but not quite the numbers they used to have.
Right.
The 5 state titles in their book, though, in their trophy case. Anthony back in front of his own end zone, up around the 10. He's near to 20, a little bit of a hole, a little bit of a seam, still on his feet, but knocked down immediately.
Good tackle out there by number 21 from Bettendorf. That's Jason Moeller, junior kickoff teamer, special teamer.
There's the Bettendorf defense on the left side of the screen, and Pleasant Valley in the home dark blue on gray. Undefeated, 9-0. Coming in the huddle, number 13, Mauser breaks the huddle. Abel and the boys come out. Their shirts, the big tackle, 78. Actually lined up in the guard position, left guard. Split, staggered 2 receivers side is right, and they just blast away. Kundert behind Hanson. He gets about 7 or 8. Well, they set you up out there. They had Fairman stacked behind Anthony as a staggered. I wouldn't even say twins because they were right behind each other.
It depends on what you want to call it. We always call it twins, but yeah, it's a stacked twins and just an isolation play to the right side to kind of spread them out over there.
That's what
I was going to ask you a minute ago what. Well, I'll come back.
All right. Now they'll see it again. Now it's Taney on the bottom of your screen. Anthony Taney right behind him. A staggered twin. Split backs. Hanson, Kundert. Kundert again. Left side. Gets the first down.
Yes, he did. Good good running out there.
They held Kundert to about 3 yards of carry the first half, but this is where he picks up most of his yardage in the second half.
Jim Smith on the tackle. The big switches off at nose and tackle with Zambrano. 2 big houses out there. I was thinking to myself a while ago, an 8-point difference in this game the first time the 2 teams met, and Bettendorf also lost their other game by 1 point, or was it 2 points?
Well, they beat Assumption by 1. I was at that game. I'm trying to think now. North Scott knocked him off. Fairman on the counter, diving forward for about 5-6 yards.
Nice.
Well, North Scott knocked him off, but we were here doing a Pleasant Valley, was it Pleasant Valley West game?
Might have been.
When they were announcing the scores, and we know it was a close one down the line. I'd say 2. I think they lost that one by 2.
Okay. Anyhow, we just took a look at a little, what I call a double reverse. It's a double handoff at anyway, and then pretty well executed. Got about 7 yards out of it.
Taney wide right. You see, he's right behind Anthony. You see Anthony on the screen. Taney will come out behind him on the double receiver side. 2nd and 4.
Yep.
Movement on the ball. PV's clapping. They think it's on Bettendorf again.
Yeah, that's going to be, looked like a Bettendorf linebacker just kind of stuck his nose in the neutral zone, and in high school football, it's automatically offsides.
Well, you said kind of uncharacteristic early, talking about the Bulldogs not too platooning as much, having a couple players playing both ways. Another uncharacteristic thing we've seen this year from this Bulldog squad is a few more penalties than we used to see in the past.
Have to agree with you.
First down, 1st and 10 from their own 45. Staggered backfield. Split it, give it to Kundert. First down on his feet.
Oh, he's got some room.
Looking for the outside. Nice tackle, but not after he picked up 8 to 9 yards. 41 was another tackle.
Joe Holmes hung on for dear life out there. I think it was Joe Holmes, number 41, and saved a really big gainer there. Joe Holmes coming from his corner spot.
As we said, Kundert picks up the yardage here as they wear him down. That Pleasant Valley offensive line with the surge off the ball. 2 receivers to the top of your screen, staggered backfield, Kundert and Hanson. Hanson from the halfback, they give it to him, now they give it to Kundert. And he's on his feet again, running hard. That's a 7-yard pickup, first down, move the chains inside the 40.
Right. Zambrano made a tackle, but not before he'd picked up 8-9 yards on the carry.
Taney, number 31, runs into play, gives it to Mauser, the quarterback, 13. He addresses the troops. There goes the center and the big boys to follow. There you see Shirts, 78, just a big man.
Yes,
down there,
he is.
despite his age. 1st and 10, as I said, inside the 40, 39-yard line. Split backs again, go right back, Kundert, why not? Couple more.
Little setup play again. They're working them pretty good up the middle, just because of that surge off the ball. We talked about it before, and that's something I always notice out of good football teams is how they get off the ball.
Mike Sherman's in there alongside Shirts on the left side. Let's give Snakenberg credit, the tight end. He's in there blocking a lot as well. Abel's the center, correct, Sire? We got Miller in there at center.
Miller, I think, number 60, is it? Yeah. Oh, no, it is Abel. You're right.
Abel's in at center. There it is, the fake, that little slant. Fairman first down, he fumbled again. Stekenberg!
I tell you what, that's what you get in for downfield blocking right there.
Stekenberg, we just told you, doing the dirty work for a tight end. He's one of the linemen.
That's right.
But unlike the lineman, he can go downfield and get involved in that play. That's what they do there. They lull you to sleep.
Yes. Yes, you can. Yep.
Side talking to one of the cameramen up here as well, one of the photographers, about advancing the fumble. You can do that. And that's what the call is, 1st and 10, inside the 20, spotted at the 17. Full house backfield this time around. They give the Hanson that second back through.
Yeah, right there was Eric Jessen, defensive end, was right on the play.
It's kind of a wishbone set, but they really don't run it. You know,
yeah, they don't run
option.
They don't read any tackles, or they don't read anybody.
But basically, the backfield, when they go to that full house, it's kind of staggered like the wishbone a bit.
And the wishbone is just like the old full house tee. You got a lot of people crossing paths, and you got to kind of hold your area defensively.
And that's basically, you go back to that T backfield. When they have the staggered backfield with the wing back, that's basically what they run out at the counter.
That's right.
And
there's a half bone now.
Forward, Mauser looking, open out. There's Anthony, makes a guy miss, touchdown. Yep, he made the first man miss. Wide open out there. Mauser, smart move by Mauser. He had a defensive lineman up, pump faked, hesitated, then got it out to him, and Anthony just did the rest, made the first man miss, and got in the end zone.
I'll tell you what, Mauser is impressive. Little play action fake. Up, saw a lineman in the way, waited till the lineman got back down on the ground and just threw it out to Anthony. Anthony made a great move out there to make the score.
What a great story, too. We talked about the sophomore success at Pleasant Valley. Mauser wasn't even the starting quarterback on the sophomores last year. Clark, his second attempt, that one's much better. It's good. It's 13-0 Pleasant Valley with 13-6 Pleasant Valley with 7:18 to go in the third quarter.
Right. Well, we'll see if Bettendorf can answer now.
There you go, Clark and company out there to kick it back to him. Remember, Bettendorf has the win behind him, and the Bulldogs actually did outpass this fine Pleasant Valley passing attack. Mauser #1 in the conference in passing, Anthony #1 in receiving, Fairman up there as well, and that's just it. You worry about Anthony, but Fairman kills you on that slant.
Well, Pleasant Valley is a second half team too.
Yep. That's one thing, and I don't know, you could attribute it to conditioning or, adjustments at half. It's probably numerous things. It's confidence in the players as well, in the system, wearing people down. Because it's hard, and we see other, I watch, other schools in the conference, and it's hard, and Cy, you coach, it's hard to keep the running backs because they all think they're speedsters and they see a little contact inside. They want to pop it outside. It's hard to tell them to get in the lanes, give me 3-4 yards, break a few arm tackles, and move the chains.
That's
nice tackle there to Trent on the return.
Nice big high kick. Trent waited all day for that ball to come down, kind of like a punt. That's what you get kicking into the wind, though. Good return, though. Good field position here for Bettendorf.
Trent got it up to the 35. That's where Bettendorf takes over. Holmes still in at quarterback. Took over in the third game of the season. Put together a nice little year. Numkina is in at fullback, and Eisenlauer, the sophomore, at the tail position. 1st and 10. Looking left, that option. Eisenlauer catches it. Gets up past the line of scrimmage. Makes a few people miss. Picks up about 6-7 yards.
Yeah, that really should have been brought down to the line of scrimmage. Looked like Luke Voss was right there, but just a little bit slippery out there. The runner, that is. And made a good gain out of it.
6-yard pickup, we'll call it. 2nd and 4. Up around their own 41-yard line from the far hash. Daner comes wide right. He's #1. Numkina once again back at fullback. Eisenlauer still at the tail. Holmes under center. Numkina, that time he was shut down. Big time.
See, Bettendorf was split right that time with no tight end, and there's no blocker on Duncan right there, Creighton Duncan, number 88. And also Fairman looked like he was firing from this side also, so there was no blocker on either one of those players. And they were right in Numkina's
ran it
face.
right into the defense. You can give credit the great call on PV's defense and questionable on the set. Not really the call. The handoff to Numkina is a pretty good call, but the formation. Split receivers wide to each side. Out of the eye. Play fake Numkina. Going long and too long for everybody involved.
Yep.
Not a catchable ball.
Yep.
So the contact there.
And I'll tell you what, Kinsler was wide open on the, it wasn't a post, it's kind of a post corner pattern.
The funny thing is, and that was one they missed earlier, you could hear the Bettendorf coaches, maybe you can hear it, but
I heard
I
him.
could.
Yep.
I think it's Lavelle.
They're
tight end!
They're growly over there because the tight end was open.
But, Holmes is looking down, and that was a good one-on-one battle, and he's got pressure underneath him, so he can't knock Seth on it, really. The punt, no pressure once again, PV learned.
Oh, beautiful
Anthony
kick.
backing up, catches at his own 10. Blockers in front of him, looking for an opening. He's going to get around this corner. Up around the 20, nice stop, but he's still on his feet. 30, 35, and he's out of bounds eventually.
Beautiful run on Anthony. Anthony could be a halfback in my book. Once he just took it to the chalk and turned it upfield, and you can run a long ways when you're 1 yard from a sideline chalk because you're outside a lot of people.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Cy. Earlier in the season, didn't they have like Taney returning punts? I don't remember.
I think so too. Yeah.
And now this year, maybe they were saving him. Maybe Morrissey didn't want him to get banged up during the season. But now it's playoff time. I don't recall him being back on all the punts and kickoffs like
no.
he has before this one.
And it might be that Taney and Anthony are both back, and Anthony's just fielding the ball.
There you go. Condon running hard again. First down, about a 6-yard pickup. Right off the tackle.
They just look like they're playing just a level above right now, Dan.
And this
level
happened
up.
the last time we saw him. It's happened to Bettendorf before, too. I mentioned the 1-point win in the Assumption game. It happened in the Northscart game from what I read from the newspaper account of it and talking to Randy Schrader. They definitely, you can take it to Bettendorf if you wear them down that size. You can get to them eventually.
Yes.
Condor this time left side, first down. He slips, but he already got up around midfield and picked up another first down.
Yeah, brought down by Scott Shara. Actually, he was tripping and falling, but Shara just kind of finished him off. He had quite a bit of room out here.
It would have been
once he broke it to the outside. That's what you like to tell your running backs. Once you break the line of scrimmage, get the opening, cut it to the outside. That's where the
That's
action.
just it. The problem is too many running backs trying to do it back in the backfield, thinking they can turn the corner. Now that's not where you do it, but you get through that initial line of scrimmage back in linebacker territory, and you can get. That's where you get some downfield blocks. You get guys you cut back against safeties over pursuing.
Through the hole and cut it out.
1st and 10. We're across midfield. Ball spotted on the Bettendorf 49. Pleasant Valley out of their huddle. It's Anthony and Fairman on that stacked twin set on the right. You see them at the top of your screen. Split backfield. Hansen and Cunder. Cunder's the ball carrier again. Not much stat time. Look at that.
No.
They're getting wise.
And I'll tell you what, Wes, it's 42. It's Luke Voss out on that twins formation we're looking at. No, it was Bill Fairman out there. Yeah. Wide open out there.
Well, they'll look to it again.
Bettendorf better get that covered.
Taney will run in for Fairman, but not after Fairman stopped along with Morrissey and I'd said something. Maybe he told him, hey, nobody's on us out there.
They really only got one guy out there to cover the stacked twins.
2nd and 8, up
see
around
if they
the 48.
do that again.
There we see it.
Now they're out there. Now they're out there.
Two out there. They got it cleared.
Yep.
Mauser looks though. Slant is to Taney, a little bit behind him, and he dropped it. But that's what they were looking for.
Right.
They were looking for that.
Yeah, they had Taney open. They also had a swingman, Wes Hansen, I think, was out there, or Kevin Hansen, excuse me, was out there in the flat, and he was a little bit open.
Kevin, number 14, the running back, second on the team in rushing. Wes is 22, I believe, the defensive back. And there's another one in there, too. They're loaded. 3:53 in the third quarter, 13-6. Pleasant Valley leads it, 3rd and 8. There they go back to the old set we saw. Fairman on the wing. He goes off the ball. I think they jumped.
Yep,
Mauser drills it. Anthony doesn't get it. I think it was Fairman, in fact, as I noticed him from
I think
the
it
wing
was,
position.
too, the wing back over there. Or slot back, I guess. They were in a slot formation there. But let's see what the white hat shows us here. A little mo.
Yep. Yeah, we saw him move before Mauser had the ball.
Good flag you threw there, Dan, from up here.
They'll probably decline it, bring up 4th and 8, don't you think? Yes, that's exactly what they do. As you see, the referee singling up here. So 3:49, Pleasant Valley will probably kick it away. They do. Clark comes out as the punter. He'll be set up around his own 40. Back to receive for Bettendorf.
Looks like Holmes and
can't see that.
Kinsler, maybe?
Yeah, it is
88?
Kinsler.
Yeah.
Back up around their own 20. It is Kinsler. He was blowing on his hands and
just
rubbing
sideways
them
numbers again.
Covering up his 88 on us. The snap. No pressure. Clark will get it off. Kinsler will let it bounce out of bounds at the 22. 1st and 10. Bulldogs take over, trailing by a touchdown. Actually traveling by a touchdown and a PAT. Let's point it out, since 2 of them have been miffed today.
Not a particularly good punt there by Clark. We've seen a lot better out of him, but I don't.
Into the wind too.
Yeah. Yep. Try to
And
put a little extra on it, maybe.
Tell you, when you get in the playoffs too, Cy, and I know you didn't venture there very often with North.
Thanks for that cheap shot.
But all right, let's go back
but
to
I
your
want
coaching days at West.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
Seriously, kicking the
Yeah.
ball, your foot, as a lineman even, it's your feet freeze up, let alone the
That's
kicker.
right. That's right.
There's a flag, fumble, we had all kinds of action. Loose ball, backdoor pick, we had everything on that play.
And that's going to be a little.
Can be on Bettendorf, I think. Motion.
Yep.
On the Bulldogs.
Proceeding illegally.
It's kind of a nice day here on
Seems to
this
be a
Wednesday.
cow in the stands out there.
The cowbell below us. Of course, we're in the Pleasant
Either that or it's
Valley
underneath the press box.
We want to thank the PV people. We've been out here several times, treat us real well. Give Jess a little hot chocolate, give us stats, more importantly, at the half.
Give the walleye catching Ted Minnick a little credit for letting us up here.
1st and 15 from their own 16. 3:40 counting down. 3rd quarter. Namkina blasting away, spinning still on his feet. Oh,
Nice
look at the
run.
effort by Nate.
Little inside fullback trap. And I'll tell you what, when Fay is coming across, I think that was Fay on the trap, he's going to move some people out of the way.
Fay was there to help up. Big old Namkina after about an 8-yard pickup, bring up 2nd and 7, up around the 24. Still on the right hash. Daner coming wide right, wide left. Is Moeller, I believe, out there. We'll get that straight. 2 receivers out of the shotgun again. Holmes steps up and steps into a couple of Pleasant Valley Spartans.
Yeah, Gavin Ink put the pressure on, but looked
Miller.
like number 67, Jim Miller, made the play. Good D.
So now it's 3rd, and they go back to where they had it about 3rd and 15 again. So Namkina's run kind of nullified by the sack.
I think we could call that what they call in the pros the coverage sack.
Coverage sack, yeah. Coverage sack. And you know what? That's a good one to point out.
I think so, too.
They feed off each other because a lot of times a good pass rush will lead to interceptions, and the exact opposite.
Right.
Good cover will lead to sacks. Seth Holmes,
Fumble.
on the ground. He's going to have to dive on it. It came right off his shoulder pads. Not a real bad snap. I think due to the pressure last time, you can tell Holmes was already looking around.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the thing in the gun. You better catch the ball before you look for receivers. Obvious some bad things can happen to you there.
Well, people forget because years ago you saw Roger Staubach. Recent history, Dan Marino almost always on a shotgun. They're so good at catching it and making the quick reads. You forget that's not an easy formation.
No, it's not.
Punting out of his own end zone is the quarterback, Seth Holmes. I'm sure he'll make sure he catches this one.
We got a little equipment problem here by.
That's Fay again. Getting it adjusted.
There we go.
They line it up. Holmes back in his own goal line. Anthony and Taney are lined up around midfield, just shy of it. He's punting with the wind behind his back. They're yelling block punt, but remember what happened the first time when PV came out early in the game. And like we said, they lay off it. Nice punt.
Beautiful
Deep. Anthony has to go all the way back to his own 40. He falls down. So credit Seth Holmes with a heck of a punt. He lost the snap on the shotgun, but makes up for it with a 60-yard punt.
Yep, he kicked that right off the yellow chalk line down there on the goal line, and Anthony slipped and fell down here. Pretty good coverage down there by Bettendorf, number 80, Paul Jasper. We'll give him a little credit for the pressure down there.
1st and 10. We have an update, and of course this game being viewed on Thursday on Cox Cable. And go ahead, Si, give it to us.
Assumption 17-0, I believe I heard.
Over West.
Over West,
I'll
yes.
say it next time if your hearing's going. Moeller once again.
Boy, Namkina fired there, almost got the handoff, it looked like. Was not
They
touched.
actually lost a yard.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to say the reason we're updating you on the West Assumption game, of course, so it's in the conference, 2 MAC teams at Brady Street, but the winner of that game takes on the winner of this game.
And we will be doing that game, will we not?
Yes, we will. So Assumption up on top, and that's kind of interesting because West with a good defense, their only bad outing was really here at Pleasant Valley. But, hey, give Kazmarek and the Knights credit. Wade King, as defensive coordinator, shutting down Ira Gooch, the leading rusher, obviously, tonight. And now Bettendorf's defense doing the same to Pleasant Valley's running game.
Numkina again.
Coming hard.
Yeah.
They're shutting down that Pleasant Valley running game. Lose a yard and maybe gain a yard back, bring up 3rd and 10. Good job by the Bulldogs. It's funny about that Assumption defense. I said Wade King does a good job because his defensive front is about 150, 160, 180, and he just sends people in gaps and guesses
obviously
a lot.
takes advantage of a lot of quickness there.
And PV's going to try to take advantage of some quickness on the wideouts, I think. 27 seconds split. It's a screen set up here. Hansen catches it. Nice play by the big Bulldog running it down. Number 39.
Yeah, Eric Jessen, defensive end. Nice play over here on kind of sniffed the screen out, come over and made the play. That's all there is to it.
Ran it down from behind. Hansen had blockers out in front of him. Picked up about 5-6 yards, but it's going to be far short of the first down. 4th down. And with the wind in his face, Clark's going to have to kick it away again.
Well, you suppose they're just kind of want to get this quarter with over with so they can get that 4th quarter win. Bettendorf unable to take advantage of the win this quarter.
Oh, and Bettendorf jumps offside. Once again, I think, I should say it right now, it looked pretty obvious, but maybe Pleasant Valley moved. And that's their 3rd time, Si.
Yep.
And that'll give PV a first down.
Yes, it will. By about a foot, it looks like, from the chains.
Well, I said very uncharacteristic of Bettendorf, but one thing that is characteristic of PV, you know, Morrissey, and you know, you faced him, Si. His teams are well prepared, well disciplined, and he's going to try to do that to your teams.
That's right, and you better be ready for that when you play Pleasant Valley, because that's that's the thing. One of the things they do, and they do it well.
Well, PV undefeated, showing you one of the reasons why. Discipline. 1st and 10, up around midfield. Kundert left side. 5-yard pickup, nothing special, just solid football.
Yep, just hard running. Looks like Jessen again on a tackle from a defensive end spot over here. Yep, it was.
And that'll do it, as you said, Jess. Now they're going to get to win it to back. I keep calling you Jess.
Yeah, well,
maybe it's because we're so crowded here next to Jess. Jess Medina, our cameraman, as always, on Cox Communications, Family Times Productions, and Cy Robinson, the color guy. I'm Dan Burch. We'll be back with the 4th quarter. It's 13-6 Pleasant Valley. Set for the 4th quarter, number 4 Pleasant Valley leading number 8 Bettendorf 13-6. PV has the ball. It is 2nd and 4 on the 44-yard line of Bettendorf. Taney the wing back, Kundert in the backfield. They give it to Kundert. Diving forward, going to be just short of the first down, bring up about 3rd and 1. See where they spot it.
Yeah, it's going to be a little short. Looked like Zambrano there. Also, Chad Burke, number 67.
There you see the ball spotted, about 3rd and 1. You saw the refs get the chain gang together up around the 40. Bill Fairman, Big Bill, number 24, running into play. We say Big Bill because, of course, Bill S. Fairman is 86. Little Bill, Big Bill, number 24, Bill R. Fairman. Fairman stacked behind Anthony. It's Mauser with the quarterback sneak for the first down. He scored the initial touchdown in the game on that very play on goal line from the 1 to give Pleasant Valley a 6-0 lead.
I would never be afraid to do that with this offensive line. They just surge off the ball. We're going to talk about it. I know I have 4 or 5 times, but it's
because it's happening.
That's why. That's what's going on. And you got to give them credit.
Play.
I'll tell you what, another thing that just comes to mind here is how similar Kundert and the fullback Russell from Assumption are.
Sure.
I think they both run hard and run to the hole.
One thing that's interesting about him too as we watch this play, and that's Hansen going hard for about 7 yards. Kundert's a junior and Russell's
a sophomore. Yeah.
And you know what's funny? They're both about 5'10", 180. They're not real big.
They just run hard.
Yeah, they run hard to keep the legs going. They bend over.
Not speedsters. They just run hard.
And they run between the tackles.
Was that Hanson carrying the ball there?
Yep.
I think he was surprised he had that big a hole to run through it. He kind of fell over his knees. But
still got about a 6-7 yard pickup. Yep. 2nd down and 4, we'll call it. Up around the 33. The clock ticking down. This will be a nice drive if they can punch it in. There you go, Bettendorf again. They jumped off sides 3 times already. Almost made it the 4th.
Zambrano ate him up that time. Also, not much help, but Ryan McGivern was there. We'll mention his name a little bit. But
Zambrano having a heck of a year.
Yeah, he is.
He'll play somewhere after high school if he wants, I'm sure. So, actually, no gain there. It's 3rd and about 4 again. Bettendorf sideline, getting loud, trying to get their team back in it or just keep their team in it.
4 down territory, so they really got 2 downs to make 4.
Anthony and Taney are wide right. Mauser, snap, fullback, nothing. Cundered short.
Might have got a yard out of it, but looked like a little inside trap. Not much there. Again, Burke, number 67, coming off the pile. Numkina coming out of there. Zambrano coming out of there. Along with Jim Smith.
4th and 4.
That'd be like running into the side of the gymnasium. Yeah, you were right.
Fairman comes in with the play. Clark is on the sidelines. They will not kick here. If they get it, look for them to try to draw them off sides. Keep an eye on that. Quick snap. Mauser slant. Knocked away. Nate Numkina.
Numkina. And they were looking for that. Good defense right there, Coach.
Well, that's been their slant.
Yep.
You know, that's been, talking about a bread and butter play. Anthony's had a big year, but that slant, Mauser throws it as well as anybody. We gave him credit down here on the other side of the field last time for looking off on the Anthony touchdown. He rose up, waited till the defender came down, and then zipped it in there. That time he didn't read, and Numkina from the linebacker position.
Right.
Great effort, got his hand up, break on the ball, and knocked it down.
Numkina was just there waiting for it.
Numkina is the lone setback behind Holmes. 2 receivers to the near side. They give it to Nate. He's going to try to get it outside. Nice tackle at the ankles. Shirts,
yeah, beautiful effort. Nice job by Brian Shirts.
Big thing is here, you've got a good running game. You got Numkina. He's fired up. You've got 8.5 minutes to go. You're only down a touchdown, 7 points. So it's not like you're in a hurry. You don't have to go to that shotgun. Plenty of time. Go with your offense. Now, as I say it, they go to the shotgun.
Yeah.
2nd and 9.
Pressure.
Sack.
Another. There we go.
You know what was interesting? 2 receivers to the near side. The bottom of your screen, Detrent and Detrent and Franks, and they both ran 20, 25-yard deep routes. I had Kinsler kind of on a drag across the middle, but he was covered. But I'm thinking, and you look at the Pleasant Valley defensive backs, we're giving them about a 10-yard cushion. Heck, one of them runs a quick curl or a flat route, they're open immediately.
Yeah, something was wrong with that pattern, obviously, and
Holmes pays for it.
Right.
You know, he gets dropped for a big loss.
You're getting a lot of man coverage on that twin stack out there, so
you see 87.
One guy can cover them both when they don't do it.
Look at the cushion the PV backs they're giving them right here. It's 10 yards right there. Holmes dropping, looking. Nobody in the flat again. Now he curls back and caught. That's what we're talking about. And up near a 1st down.
And
so obviously Nick Daner heard me.
Right.
Back to the ball. Come back and get it.
Or the Bettendorf coaches are right beside us here. Yeah, Jason Deal on the tackle and giving a big cushion out there, and I'm sure they don't want to give that many yards back.
We're going to bring up 4th and about 1.
It's going to be close, isn't it?
Yeah, he caught it a couple yards short,
They're going to bring a change in, aren't they?
We'll see. I think they'll go for it nonetheless. We'll find out.
And Steve, the stat man,
he's saying they're short.
The whole year long, he's never missed one. He's never
biased.
missed one.
He's biased.
We'll jump.
Don't have to jump. First down.
Got it.
Okay. That's a first call he's missed all night long.
All year,
all right.
I'll say. Well, a big play. Well, they listened. They came back. And that's just it. You know, and you don't blame PV. Ben not breaking this situation. Don't get beat deep, but you got to take advantage of it. And that's what Bettendorf did. come back to that receiver, curl, push him back, 10, 15-yard pickup, get the first down. Actually, that was a 20-yard reception.
You bet.
So at their own 43, back into the eye. Now they've got the time, the first down. Everybody jumps off a little slow there. Holmes is going to roll out under pressure.
Oh.
Nice block indirectly. Nice block by Duncan on
Duncan and Fairman are blocking each other out there.
Holmes took advantage of it and a nice scramble. He goes and gets about 4 or 5 yards.
Oh.
We'll give him 4 yards. Spotted on the far side hash, the right hash mark. Wide side will be left. It is 2nd and 6, 6.5 minutes counting down. Fourth quarter action. Pleasant Valley leading their neighbors, Bettendorf, 13-6. Out of the eye again. Play fake. There's a slant home. His receiver fell down. Holmes was looking at.
Yeah, that was.
Looked like he said 46.
Yeah, I did say
Siefkin.
46. We don't have that on our
Siefkin.
program, do we?
Justin Siefkin.
Ah, good.
Got to get a new one.
What year is Justin?
Sophomore.
That's why he's not on my program. I got an old one. Sorry about that.
See, for the people who viewed these games on Cox Communication, Cy gets a few notes and just hoards them like an old hand because he has that bad memory. He doesn't adapt from game to game.
Oh, shoot. Caught me
Receiver
again.
Split. To Trent, wide to left here on 3rd and 6. Oh, fumble snap. Now Holmes, I think, got back on it, but he's going to lose a yard.
He's going to lose a down.
Lose a down.
More importantly, the down. Yeah, the ball drops straight back down. When that happens, usually the center doesn't quite get the ball up to the quarterback.
Oh, now in defense of all the old centers, the quarterback's leaving early too. That's one of the biggest arguments in all of football. You know, especially in practice side, you go back to, what went wrong there? Quarterback says he didn't get it to me. The center says he's leaving early.
I said, hey, you're the general. You tell me what happened.
So they're going to punt it away with 4th and 8 from the 46 or fake a punt. We'll see. Holmes, no rush by PV to speak up. Line drive, bounces at the 30. Anthony's going to let it bounce. It better get away from it.
Ooh,
whoa.
That was close.
Yeah, that would have been one of the few mistakes we've seen Anthony make all season.
Yes, it would have.
Well, with the wind at their backs, the Pleasant Valley offense will take over. Their job, count that, clock down, 5:27 on it. They lead 13-6.
Well, that turned out to be a pretty good punt. I don't know, just kept rolling down there. Almost hit Anthony in the foot, which would have been a disaster for Pleasant Valley.
Well, I'll tell you what, my radio station, K-Jock, covered the Assumption West game. I said, put that on hold. I put another guy on the crew, and I came out here. I had a feeling this would be the better of the game, and we had the 17-0 Assumption score. This has turned out that way. 13-6, Pleasant Valley up 1st and 10. Look at Hanson running open. First down. If he goes to the outside, he may have gotten more, but he's going to get the first down anyway.
Kunder was leading him further to the outside. He kind of cut it in, and he still got a good gainer out of it. I couldn't tell who had the ball there for a second.
Hanson always looks like he's surprised when he gets to the open field. He runs all those tough yards off tackle, and he finally gets a huge hole, and he always looks shocked.
Wait a minute. Where is everybody?
I'm not supposed to get more than 7 yards. Like I said, though, he got a first down there. Got to the first down and stopped.
Yep. Said that's enough.
We get an update, too, that Dubuque Wallard is leading Clinton, the 5th MAC team, up in Dubuque 10-0. Hey, even if Clinton wins that game, it's not going to get any easier. They'd face the winner of Iowa City High, Iowa City West.
Right. Wallard, very good football team this year.
For years, actually. Yep. Yeah, they're the powerhouse up in Dubuque. There we go, another dive, a couple yards more, and the clock continues to tick.
There we go. You could see that surge again by the Pleasant Valley offensive line.
Dubuque Waller was probably happy to see Clinton for a couple of years. They had good teams, undefeated, and Bettendorf would go up there. And it was even, Tavian Banks one year it was the Greg Brown team, and the other year I just refer to the tailbacks because it's easy to remember that way. I should say the 87, 88 years, they went up there, 91, 92. I remember Levance Banks, Tavian's brother, actually had a big catch for a touchdown up there one year. 5-time state championship Bettendorf, but they're trailing here 13-6 to one-time state champ Pleasant Valley. And that play is stuffed.
Yep.
PV won the state title in 3A back in '85. Ed Morrissey at the helm. He's been there 18 years. This club is ranked 4th, 9-0. Bettendorf, number 8, 7-2 once again. 5 state titles back in 81, which are a lot of my friends. I'll call it the fluke year. 87, 88, they won back-to-back. And that was with Greg Brown in the backfield, I told you. In 91, 92, of course, we'll call the Tavian Banks era.
Right.
And they had to hold off some very good Iowa City teams.
They did. They had some good throwing quarterbacks in those years, too.
3rd and 5 from their own 32. Under 4 minutes, Mauser. They just keep it on the ground. Look at Tavian. He breaks it. He's going to be gone. 30 now. Somebody in pursuit.
He's going to get caught,
Holmes is going to catch it at the 10. Holy cow, at the 10-yard gain. Everybody just kind of let up. He ran into his own blockers, and that was on a foot race.
Joe Holmes was able to catch him from behind. Just kind of ran out of gas down there at about the 10, and the Holmes
at the 5.
Made the play.
60-yard pickup for Taney. Taney's like the 4th rusher on the team. He's only got 200 yards on the year, but he got 60 there.
We were talking at halftime. Pleasant Valley's got a lot of guns.
And they'll wear you down.
That's right.
Full backfield, go to Hanson. Up on that left side for a couple more. It'll bring up 2nd and goal from about the 3, I'll say. Now it's teasing 81. A lot of the kids, Mark Walker, the quarterback on that team, Randy Washam was the tailback the year before. They got 2nd in state with Tudine and Stelk, the quarterback tailback combination. And I played with all those guys in college, so I always tease them. I tell them that was your fluke year.
Yeah,
but they had some good teams back then
fluke
as well.
trophies right in the case,
right.
though.
Yeah, you got that.
Don't forget that.
Bowser under center, 2nd and goal. Taney, nothing that time.
Zambrano says enough of this. Oh, the big man.
Would this be a goal line stand?
Yeah, and Fay and Zambrano. Now, how would you like to get tackled by those two on the same at the same time?
Near 600 pounds laying on top of you. 3rd and goal. Back up around the 5 again. 2:20. Time could be running out on Bettendorf, but if they hold them, at least they can get within striking distance still. Trailing by 7, 13-6. We'll see what Morrissey calls. He staggers and splits it. Fairman out on the wing, comes in motion, pitch to Fairman. He fumbles! Bettendorf! Oh, Bettendorf picks it up. We're going to get it eventually inside.
I'll tell you what, it's a good thing they didn't pick it up and run with it. They might have scored.
Now, I question the option by Bettendorf saying, how many times have you done it? How many times all season have we seen them do a quick old Green Bay sweep? Pitch and lead. We haven't.
We haven't seen it for a while, that's for sure.
So Fairman drops it. Holy cow.
I'll tell you what, it was there. It really looked like it was there.
A couple blockers out in front of him.
All
2 minutes exactly. 2-minute warning, if you will, side.
Okay.
13-6. We'll see if Holmes has a little Marino Elway in him.
Look at this formation now. We got a trips here by Bettendorf.
Trips right. 3 receivers looking that way. Double pass perhaps. Now they kind of set up a quick screen out there. Not much. I'll tell you what, though, beware. He can throw off of that if it's behind him.
Yes. Who was that on the reception? Pat Franks. Yeah. Well defensed out there.
They get a couple yards out of it, though. 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. We're going to get a timeout by the Bulldogs.
All right.
1:40 remains in it, and it's been everything you thought. Pleasant Valley leads 13-6. Both teams, we've seen fumbles on goal line. We've seen blocked kicks. We've seen big returns. We've seen a one-handed catches. You've seen great sacks by both clubs. The big linemen coming to play. It's been just a good high school football game, and with the rivalry, Bettendorf, Pleasant Valley, with the game early in the season we saw with the rankings, number 4, number 8, with the history of both Merv Hobenick's program and Ed Morrissey's program, so you wouldn't expect anything else.
Nope, that's right. You just expect this just to be a battle, and it has been. That's just about boils it down. What a battle.
I'll tell you what, anytime you play the Bulldogs, 28-7 in the playoffs, 5 state titles, 10 appearances in the last 11 years. I think that pretty much says it all.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of state titles in this little area right over here in the city.
Central's got, what, 3?
Central's got at least 2.
Not counting the mythical.
Yep. The old the WOC man down there's won a couple, that's for sure. West High's had 2.
2, West 74 and 77. That's
right.
5. 5 with Bettendorf. Yeah, you figure right there. And you mentioned As we go to the air, Holmes. Open man in the flat. First down and out of bounds. Good play. Nick Dana on the reception. 10-yard pickup. Move the chains. Get downfield.
Good job by I started to say DeTrent, but it's Holmes. Good job by Holmes throwing the ball out there. Dana catch it, moves out of bounds, shuts the clock off.
So 1st and 10 up around the 30. Spotted that to 28. The far side of the field, left at the bottom of your screen. Seth Holmes started since the 3rd game of the season, the junior quarterback. It's all up to him in the shotgun. Up back to protect him. Looking right, or looking left rather. Oh, a blown route is picked off. Somebody ran the wrong route.
Number 87 for Pleasant Valley, Jason Deal.
Well, I'm going to guess somebody ran the wrong route because he let it fly as if that was a timing route.
Well, he ran.
Nobody was there.
Right, he ran a corner pattern, and the ball was thrown to the post. No doubt about that. So there was a mix-up there somewhere.
So Pleasant Valley's job, if they're willing to accept it,
right,
Mr. Phelps, run out the clock. A minute 23.
We're going to see some real tight splits here.
Formation is. As Cy mentions, look at him close up. Hand off to the fullback, Condor. They don't care really if he gets next yard. Just hang on to the ball. Bettendorf's going to take a timeout and freeze it immediately.
Yeah, we don't know.
Minute 15.
We don't know how many timeouts Bettendorf's got left, but
24-6 Assumption leading, so it looks like it's going to be the Assumption Knights, which you would believe the Pleasant Valley Spartans. And the Knights kind of a weird story this season. They missed the one game during the tragedy on the sophomore level, 5-3. But all 3 of those losses, my friend, were very close. They played PV at Brady Tough. They played Bettendorf up at Bettendorf to a 1-point game. That one went down to the wire. And then they lost the early game, first game of the year to West.
First game of the year to West. That was a 14-13 game, yeah.
So they've got 3 losses, but by a total of about 7 points.
Right. Well, this is...
And the PV game, you remember, went down to the wire where it was Shirts, the big kid, sacking Collins is about the horn sounded.
That's right.
And so they've been in every game. And talk about some coaches' wheels turning. If we hang on, you'll see Morrissey and Kazmarek. And you know, Mrs. Morrissey and Mrs. Kazmarek will be saying all weekend, can't you put the films away? Are you looking at more tape? 2nd and 10.
And make those calls to Dan Burridge.
2nd and 10. The handoff again. Look at
Taney go. Yeah.
Pick up about 6 yards.
Finally brought down by Adam Fay. Yeah.
Bettendorf's going to take their final timeout, stop the clock at 3rd. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 4.
I'm going to knock on wood here, Dan, but we have not had one single injury timeout tonight.
Well, this is where you fake, though. This is where a well-coached team. Now you see, is that Hobnick who ran out there? Correct me if I'm wrong. Who's out there in the middle of the huddle?
Yeah.
Is it Merv?
That is.
Bettendorf huddle? The old timer out there. He didn't. I think it is.
No, I don't think so. I think that might be Greg Meyer.
Okay,
I'm not sure.
My fault. I thought Merv went out there for a minute.
It would have taken Merv about a day and a half to get out there.
But you know what he's saying right now? All right, we're out of timeouts. But if we get this guy down in the backfield, you go down, Zambrano, like your shoulder just fell out of socket.
Well, not Zambrano.
Or someone.
Yeah, all right.
You know what's great? Yeah. So I don't want to pick on a player, but maybe a lesser player.
Yeah, there you go.
3rd and 4. Pleasant Valley wants the first down. They lead by 7. They're at midfield, right over the 50. There's Morrissey.
That's Joe.
Morrissey.
That's Ed coming out of the huddle. I
thought it was Ambrose for a moment. The mustache gave it away.
Yeah.
We'll see what they do. 1:08. They'll probably try and draw him off sides. That's worked a couple times this game. That's what they're trying to do. Condert. No, it's Hansen. First down. He pulled the ball. That's good play action. Pulls the ball, gives it to Hansen, and that could do it.
That's the beauty of that little formation. There's a lot of people that can get the football. And they have ran it well.
With a minute and counting down now. Take your time, Pleasant Valley. Take a knee. No timeouts remaining for Bettendorf. It's 1st and 10, up around the 45-yard line. Take a snap, take a knee, do it twice, and get out of here with a heck of a game, a heck of a win. We'll see what they do. Mauser Clean snap, take a knee. I'll probably do it one more time, and that'll do it. Well, it didn't get any closer or more thrilling. Bettendorf gave it their all. Numkina with a nice game.
I'll tell you, that was slick. The referee started the count with exactly 25 seconds on the clock. They don't have to come out of the huddle.
Well, home field advantage perhaps, but they haven't needed it this year. Pleasant Valley will improve to 10-0 with this 13-7 victory. Ed Morrissey's number 4 ranked Spartans now taking on Marquez Merritt and the Assumption Knights. That'll be happening Monday. You're watching this Wednesday first round 4A playoff game on a Thursday on Cox Cable. The Monday game will be here at Brady Street.
I'm not sure about that.
We'll check on it. But anyway, that game will be replayed as well on Cox Cable on Tuesday. The final, 13-6. We don't have to tell you what happened. It doesn't get any closer. And the win improves Pleasant Valley to 10-0 and puts them on their way once again, looking to win state. They're ranked 4th. The number 8 Bulldogs finished the season 7-3. 2 of those losses coming right here to Pleasant Valley at Pleasant Valley. Murph Hobenick, his staff, and shaking Ed Morrissey and the Pleasant Valley staff's hands. Very, very respectful group. They respect each other, get along very well.
Very fine football team.
Once again, thank you, Si, for filling in.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you, Jess, for running the camera. And thanks for tuning in to Cox Communications Channel 38. I want to thank all our sponsors of Iowa 4A Playoff. For the rest of the crew, this has been Dan Burrich on Cox Communications 38, Family Ties Productions. The final, Pleasant Valley 13, Bettendorf 6.
Wes does a lot of pitching for the Moline Post 246 too. Wes kind of one of the kind of guys you can depend on to do a little bit of everything. Wes in. Outside, count now. 2 balls, 1 strike to Wes Heaton. Heaton fouls it straight back, headed right at us. Fence, stop that one. We don't want me to get hurt, because that's all I needed to do is get hurt. You're here with Rico Navarro and the cameraman, the man, Jess Medina, here at the Illinois State American Legion Tournament. I'm trying to find out. Heaton drives it up the middle, and that's a good sign for Moline. Heaton gets on. Heaton's been hitting the ball. In the last 2 at-bats, he's been hitting the ball real well, and Heaton drives it up the middle for a base hit. It's the first hit of the tournament for Wes. And they're going to have a pinch runner, number 24, who sung the national anthem. Lincoln Rashi will be the runner for Wes Heaton. Lincoln Rashi, another vital part of that Moline High School baseball team that ended up getting 4th in the state, will be doing the running. Lincoln sang the national anthem and was very impressive. I've been known to sing a bar or two, but he outsang me, I can tell you that.
Pinch running at first base is number 24, Lincoln Rashi.
The winner of this game will play tomorrow at 9 a.m. against the loser of Game 5. The loser of the Fairfield-Morton game will play the winner of this game. Rash getting it in. Massa gets a good bunt down, and Cello has trouble picking it up and out at first. Cello had it. The pitcher had trouble picking it up and kind of wanted to barehand it, but flipped it around his hands a couple times and got it. Got Massa out at first. But Massa did the job, sacrificing Lincoln Rashi to second. Massa did the job. Now, Moline Legion let Massa know, hey, you did a great job. Now at the plate now, Tommy Waller with Lincoln Rashi at second. Mike Cello comes forward. First pitch in for a strike. Moline up, if you just joined us, 5-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Oak Park jumped out to a 2-0 lead, but since then, it's been all Moline, and Waller drives it into left center. That's a base hit, and Rashi is going to score a RBI base hit for Tom Wahlert, scoring Lincoln Rashi. That's a little more insurance now for the Moline Post 246. Bottom half of the 8th. Lincoln Rashi scores. The singing fool, Lincoln Rashi scores. Wahlert now 2 for 4 on the day with 2 base hits. And I don't know if you can hear the back of me, but we got baseball guru Greg Weckel in the background. Greg Weckel knows it all and tells it all, as he says. Wahlert at first, 1 out. Now at the plate, Eric the Red Dog Griffin, and the first pitch to the Red Dog, in for a strike. Eric been hitting the ball real well this week. Hits a home run. He hit a home run yesterday, a big towering shot. And the first pitch to Griffin gets a hold of it, but foul down the third base line. Thurman Hendricks made a play, but foul. Beautiful day for baseball, folks. Should come out this weekend. Tomorrow, there'll be games being played all day tomorrow, and into the afternoon on Saturday. The pitch to Griffin. In on him. Ball. Winner of this game plays tomorrow, Friday at 9 o'clock. Ball low. $16 tournament here. The loser of this game goes home. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wahlert at first to the Red Dog, Eric Griffin. Ball low, 3-2, full count. Griffin got a good eye up there. Griffin's already drawn a walk today. No, I'm sorry, Griffin has not drawn a walk. Full count now. Mike Cello's got to bring something. The pitch. Griffin gets a hold of that one, and that's in the left center. Center fielder Scott Schumer under it and makes the catch. Griffin been hitting the ball hard, just right at him. Eric, a big guy, works out a lot, does a good job.
The batter for Moline is catcher, number 17, Scott Beard.
Griffin flies out to the center fielder Schumer for the second out of the inning. Score score is 6-2. Moline Legion Post 246 is in the lead. Bottom half of the 8th. Runner on first. At the plate, Scott Beard. Scott 1 for 2 on the day with the base hit. And he drew a base hit. And he drew a base on balls. Scott has scored twice today. Looking at his old man Clyde. Down on the third baseline. Clyde Beard's been coaching this Moline Legion team for the past 4 years. And Beard pops it up, and third baseman Hendricks under it makes the catch, but drops it. Oh, that's not good. I'll tell you that. Hendricks, as I was saying how great of a defensive player he was, high pop fly. I mean, that was a towering pop fly. Hendricks calls everybody off at third, right in front of the mound, and drops it. And now there's runners at first and third, and that has scored an error on the third baseman, Thurman Hendricks. Greg Weckel down here getting the crowd up a little bit. 2 outs now. Moline up 6-2. Now at the plate, runners at first and third, 2 outs. And now at the plate, one of Moline's very quick runners, Justin Niels. Niels on the day. 0 for 2 with a sacrifice, and he hit into a fielder's choice in the third. Drew a walk in the 8th and scored. Oak Park took a 2-0 lead, but since then, it's been all Moline. The pitch. Here at Holmgren Field on the campus of Moline High School, American Legion Illinois State Championship. 6 best teams in the state. Moline Legion Post 246 hosting it. Inside the pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike to Justin Niels. Loser of this game goes home. It's been a double elimination. Both these teams are in the losers bracket, as they say, but there's only 6 teams. Foul it to the right side, but out of play. Count even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, runners at first and third to Justin Niels. fouled it back. And the next game will be the next game here, the 12:30 game. As I look through my program, will be Fairview out of the St. Louis area in Morton. And Niels gets a hold of it and drops in, and it gets past the right fielder, Ovid Valentine. And that could be another run. Beard coming around, rolls all the way to the fence. Niels on his horse, gets to third, standing in. With the 2 out, I guess you can call that a base hit, but 2 extra base hit, but an error on the right fielder. Valentine goes under his glove and goes all the way to the fence, and that's a 2 RBI for 2 out RBI, 2-run RBI for Justin Niels. That has scored a base hit and then a 2-run error on the right fielder, Ovid Valentine.
Right fielder, number 12, Jim Vito.
That's a little more insurance for the Moline Post. I'm sure Clyde Beard's a little happy with that. Score is now 8-2. And Niels at third. At the plate now, Jim Vito. And Vito grounds it to the shortstop, J.P. Williamson. Williamson has trouble picking it up, but picks it up and makes a good throw to get the speedy Vito for the 3rd out of the inning. But Moline did its damage,
Moline, 3 runs on 3 bases.
getting 3 that inning.
There was 1 Oak Park error and
We're through 8. Oak Park's down to the last at bat. The score is Oak Park Legion Post 692-2. Moline American Legion Post 246-8. We're back to live action here at Holmgren Field on the campus of Moline High School. This is do or die time for the Oak Park Legion Post. They need 6 to tie, 7 to win, down 8-2. Moline makes a defensive change, moving Lincoln Rashi into left field and pulling Nick Massa out of the game. Defensive change. Jason Hires been doing the job on the mound for the Legion Post 246. First pitch to, I'm sorry, who is this? Scott Shermer is at the plate, I'm sorry. Comes forward, and there's a ground ball to the first baseman. Griffin has some trouble picking it up. Got him in a close play at first. First base umpire called him out. Griffin had to go a ways to his right. Hires covering the base, and Griffin makes a strike as Hires is touching the base before Shermer could touch the base at first for the 1st out of the inning. Oak Park down to their last 2 outs. Like I said, the loser of this game goes home and is done for the year. They can get ready for football or go back to their college campuses or whatever. Baseball is done here. Hires comes forward. Hires had a solid job pitching today for this post, Moline Post. Moline got here by hosting the tournament. High ball. Lost yesterday to Barrington, 8-3. The pitch. In for a strike. 9-inning game, folks. Hires is throwing 9 strong, only giving up 2 runs. The pitch. Just missed inside. You can hear the moans from the Moline bench. They want to get this one over with. This is the first game in 3-game series today. The next game will be between Fairview and Morton. And then the game after that, the 4 o'clock game, will be the Barrington Mount Zion game.
number 17, designated hitter, Rich Kopech.
Get out and see this. Top of the 9th. Oak Park down 8-2. The pitch. First pitch in to Rich Kopech. Kopech 1 for 3 on the day with a strikeout and a double. Strike. And Hires now ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Again, we'd like to thank everybody involved in Legion, especially Amy Adams, for letting us be here and for directing this tournament. Moline hasn't hosted a Legion tournament in about 11 years. That's a great thing to do. The pitch. There's a hot smash. Should be 2. Smith touches second. Gets it. Takes it himself. Moline wins. Moline wins. Moline Legion Post keeps going on into the next round.
In the 9th inning.
And Oak Park ends their season with a record of 29-9-2. Jason Hires had a great pitching performance, but again, we'd like to thank Amy Adams and everybody involved in the Legion, in this Legion State tournament, for letting us be here and for giving us everything we've needed. It takes a great deal to run a tournament like that. Moline continues on. Moline will play tomorrow at 9 o'clock against the loser of the Fairview-Morton game.
Congratulations.
The final score of the game: Oak Park, Legion Post 692. Who was eliminated? 2. And the victorious Moline Legion Post 246-8, which will be going on for another day. For Rico Navarro and the man, Jess Medina, this has been another Channel 38 Family Ties production. Cox Communications saying so long and see you tomorrow.